The man discovered that the woman who once pursued him relentlessly, now treated him with such coldness. He felt utterly confused. After all, the woman had chased him for 3 whole years. At this moment the man still thought it was just a little game the woman was playing, but he didn't know the woman had already completely given up on him. It turned out that yesterday the woman accidentally discovered the man was actually the crown prince of an enemy nation, and he had hidden his identity to serve as her guard, only to get close to her scheming sister. At this moment the woman finally understood. She had only been used as a tool for him to approach her sister, so to fulfill their wishes, the woman went to her biased father, agreeing to marry the disabled prince in place of her scheming sister, but requiring her father to send the man as a guard to her scheming sister. The biased father immediately agreed to this request. The next day the woman went to an auction to select her dowry, but she didn't greet the man with a smile as usual. Instead she got directly into the carriage. At the auction the sister deliberately caused trouble. Every item the woman took interest in, she would intentionally bid higher to compete, but the woman now would no longer indulge her, so she directly raised the price tenfold. The scheming woman wanted to embarrass her, so she sent someone to get money from the butler, only to learn that all the liquid assets were in the woman's hands. However, at this time the man tried to please the scheming woman by secretly instructing his subordinates to bid for the scheming woman, buying everything she liked. The woman hadn't expected the man would spare no expense to please the scheming woman like this, so the woman angrily went to a tavern to drown her sorrows, but the scheming woman shamelessly followed and deliberately flirted with the man in the carriage, completely disregarding the woman's feelings. Even after arriving at the tavern the man stayed with the scheming woman the whole time, not noticing at all that thugs were harassing the woman. Only when she called for help did the man drive away the villains. Later, when the woman prepared to leave, she was stopped by the scheming woman. At this moment a vicious dog suddenly lunged at them both. The man without hesitation protected the scheming woman, leaving the woman to be severely injured and knocked unconscious by the vicious dog. But not only did he feel no guilt, he even chatted and laughed with the scheming woman while the woman was unconscious. A few days later the scheming woman held a birthday banquet. At the banquet the man anonymously sent many lavish gifts. Everyone envied the scheming woman for receiving such favor. Then the scheming woman, wanting to claim the man, declared that her future husband must carve her name on his chest, and must pick the red spider lily from the cliff for her. At this time everyone mocked the woman for being less favored than a concubine's daughter. At this moment the woman remembered how her pregnant mother was angered to death by a mistress. In her fury the woman left directly. That night the woman discovered the man had not only carved the scheming woman's name on his chest, but also risked danger going to the cliff to pick flowers. At this moment the woman's heart turned completely to ash, so she came before her mother's memorial tablet and swore she would definitely cherish herself, and would never sacrifice her life for love. Just as the woman walked out of the ancestral hall, she saw the man covered in wounds holding fresh flowers. Then the man hid the flowers behind his back, and lied that he was hit by a carriage. But the woman had already seen through that the man's injuries were from falling off the cliff. But the woman no longer cared at all. Then the man took the flowers to confess to the scheming woman. But outside the door he heard the scheming woman discussing him with others. Everyone thought she would marry the man, but the scheming woman said the man wasn't worthy of her. At most he could be a backup option. Though the man saw the scheming woman's true nature, he still